Hello, and welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you today as you continue your online learning journey with Europe Hotel School. We're going to be diving into a topic that has, really, moved from being just a nice feature of luxury to being its absolute foundation, and that's the philosophy of personalization. This question right here, this is everything. It's the driving force behind the future of our entire industry. So our goal today is to really unpack how we, as hospitality leaders, can answer this question for every single guest, every single time. Let's get started.
You know, for decades, luxury was all about what you could see and touch, right? The marble lobbies, the high thread count sheets, all that. But here's the thing, as global standards have gone up, that kind of physical opulence, well, it's become expected. It's a commodity. The new frontier, the only real space left to stand out, is personal relevance.
So, what we're really talking about is this massive shift from excess to relevance. Old luxury was all about broadcasting value through material things, a kind of look how grand we are. New luxury, on the other hand, is about creating value through a deep psychological and emotional connection. It's not a broadcast anymore. It's a conversation, tailored just for one person. This brings us to a really key concept we teach, something we call discretionary resonance. Now, this isn't just about great service, it's this profound, almost silent language of care. It's anticipating needs and desires so perfectly that the hotel doesn't just host the guest, it actually becomes a vital, indispensable part of their life story. Okay, so how do we achieve that level of resonance? Well, it requires a whole new way of thinking. You see, personalization doesn't just start when a guest walks through the door. It starts way before that, with a framework for deep understanding. It starts with building an architecture of guest intelligence.
Your role as a future leader has to evolve from being a reactive order taker to being a proactive experience architect. First, you've got to uncover the why behind a guest's visit. Then you build these incredibly detailed personas of interest that go way beyond just demographics. And only then can you truly architect a bespoke experience that speaks right to their core motivations.
And this is where we strike that perfect balance of high-tech and high-touch. You can think of systems like AI and CRM as the brain of the operation, remembering every single preference with perfect recall. But their ultimate purpose is to empower the heart, our people, to deliver the warmth, the care, and the intuition that no machine could ever replicate.
Now, this all leads us to the very core of the in-stay experience. The goal here isn't just to customize a few things. The real goal is to create something so unique, so deeply personal, that it is utterly non-replicable. We're talking about an experience that could only exist for that one guest in that one moment.
We call this the unit of one. It's not a package or an amenity, it's a whole philosophy. When a guest genuinely feels that the entire environment has been shaped around them, that their stay exists solely because they exist, the whole conversation around price just becomes irrelevant. They're no longer just buying a room, they're investing in their own personal narrative.
So, looking ahead, what does this actually look like? Well, imagine a chef creating a dish from a guest's favorite childhood meal, or a spa that adjusts treatments based on real-time biometric data. Now, this kind of thing isn't possible without a major cultural shift. Every single team member must be empowered to be a professional observer, with the autonomy to act on their insights and create these magical, unscripted moments.
Of course, having this level of insight comes with a profound responsibility. The more data we have, the greater the risk of crossing a very critical line. We absolutely must navigate this paradox of making a guest feel understood without ever making them feel surveilled.
And this really is the central question for every modern luxury professional. Think about it for a second. The line between delightful and, well, creepy is razor thin. So how do we master this incredibly delicate balancing act?
Well, the art is all in the subtlety. You act on the data without ever showing your work. It's the magic of their favorite, hard-to-find mineral water just appearing in the room. Not because they were watched filling out a form, but simply because the hotel cares enough to remember. It feels like intuition, not data mining.
This whole philosophy rests on one single thing: trust. We call the foundation of this the trust buffer. By being impeccable guardians of our guests' data and using it only to make their experience better, we build this reserve of trust that allows for even deeper, more meaningful personalization down the road. This data is a sacred privilege, and we must treat it that way.
Finally, let's connect all of these ideas to the practical reality of our business. Because make no mistake, this isn't just about creating wonderful feelings.
This is a powerful, powerful business strategy with a very tangible payoff.
The data on this is crystal clear. While guests certainly value standard luxury, you can see their willingness to pay a premium absolutely skyrockets for what we call bespoke relevance. When an offer is tailored to their specific life, say an art itinerary for a collector or a recovery suite for an athlete, the focus shifts from cost to the immense value they're receiving.
If there is one thing you take away from our time today, let it be this. Investing in deep, meaningful personalization is not a line-item expense. It is the single most powerful strategic revenue driver you have. It protects your pricing, it builds unbreakable loyalty, and quite frankly, it makes your competition completely irrelevant.
Ultimately, our goal is both simple and incredibly profound. This is the mission that should guide every single decision you make as you move forward in this industry. Your job, our job, is to orchestrate an experience so personal, so resonant, that for the duration of their stay, every single guest feels that they are, without question, the absolute center of your universe.
Thank you.